Well, guys, you can stop trolling me in the comment sections, though I love reading those comments. I bought it, the Launchkey Mini. We're about to get an honest review. I paid for it. Links will be in the description box. Full disclosure though, they are affiliate links, and when I bought it from sweetwater.com, it came immediately. However, when I look back before recording this review, it was sold out. So check out the other link, which is zounds.com. You need to hurry up because they're flying like hotcakes. And you can see why, because there's a huge demand for types of controllers that work dedicated to your DAW of choice, which in this instance, FL means FL Studio, or Fruity Loops as I like to call it for troll reasons. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you just wanted that honest review. So off top, I'll tell you right now, like, I'm a huge fan of the Launchkey series. I have the Launchkey right here, the Launchkey 37, and I'm thinking about getting the 37 of this right here. 37 keys, by the way, and this has 25 keys, and it has pads that fully function inside of FL Studio without an issue. So I'm pretty sure that you guys will like that, and I'll explore more of that. So here's the part that everybody loves about every review, the unboxing part. I know y'all don't like this shit, but here we go. I'm gonna open this up. I actually have the original Launchkey right here. We'll compare that a little later. So let's just open this up real quick. Here you go. Boom. Looks nice. I ain't gonna lie. I really like it. All right, so I'm gonna plug it up right now, and then I'll show you some of the other features that it has on it as far as like the I/O. And there you go. You get a nice little light show. It looks really nice. It looks brilliant plugged up. And the size of this, I'll compare it to like the Launchkey 25 so you can get a good gist of it. But I have pretty big hands. If I was to show you my MPC-1 just by comparison, the MPC-1 is almost on the same size. It's about the same size. Damn. We have some I/O on the back. You have the sustain pedal, which is cool. I think that's cool because usually it's not like that for small MIDI keyboards, and what I think they excel at in terms of connection, the MIDI out. However, if you get this brand new, mine didn't come with a MIDI out cable or anything, like a breakout cable. On the top we have the Launchkey Mini, and then we have the original Launchkey Mini on the bottom. And what I want to show you is the similarities and differences, just in case you was wondering if they are, and there are plenty of them, honestly. So as far as things that stay the same, you have a pitch bend strip right here. I actually like this versus the old school one. I think that's more streamlined. Thank God the Novation actually takes a risk on that, and they both have that. They both have the shift buttons, they both have the transpose buttons, and the octaves and stuff like that. As far as the key beds, they both feel the same, to be honest, and they actually feel pretty good, to be fair. And that was one of the things that I didn't like about the older Akai MPKs. And now that Akai has changed that up, it's a little different. So the differences start right here. When we're talking about the fixed encoders, they both are the same in feel. You know, they're really small, and I don't really have an issue with that because this is a small, compact keyboard you can take anywhere. But these pads, they look totally different. As you can see, these complement FL Studio, and you can also do like sequencing, and we'll get into that later. But you can see that they're very sensitive too. If I want to talk about how the pad sensitivity is on these units, they are on par. They are extremely good, and Novation has improved in that, but they light up differently is what I'm trying to say. They do feel good. As someone that has an MPC Live, a 1, the Machine Plus, and many different roll-in groove boxes, these pads will probably be top 2. Number 1 being Native Instruments, number 2 being Novation, and number 3 Akai, and those are the top 3 as far as pads go. The one thing I will say that probably hurts the Launchkey Mini versus the Launchkey Mini that works with Ableton Live is the mutate and deviate features. Like, mutate and deviate are fantastic. It's their own way of doing like artificial intelligence or kind of like machine learning or automatic, you know, melodies and stuff like that. And it's an amazing tool to have, and it's missing on the Launchkey Mini. So, and just for kicks and giggles, I have the Launchkey 25 right here. I finally opened it up, and this is the Launchkey Mini, which also has 25 keys. yeah, it is very small, but I actually like that about it. Like, that's not a negative thing. So the first thing you need to do with your FL Key Mini or your FL Key 37 Mark III is register it to novationmusic.com. So the website looks like this right here. I have it linked in the description box. And yeah, I've already registered it, you know, so that's how it will look like. You see it's the FL Key Mini. What we're gonna do is navigate to the next screen, which is my software. And then we're gonna go into the component software, details, components. We're gonna use component web. Make sure that you're on the MacBook that you're using Google Chrome. It doesn't work in Safari. We're gonna sort out not the Launchkey Mini, but the FL Key Mini. Let's go ahead and do that. It says it's connected. We're gonna try to firmware update. So let's click on updates. So it says FL Key Mini is up to date. Your FL Key Mini is running version 1.1 build 56. If it doesn't say that, then you need to hit the update button that will be on the screen. You can see at the top right of the browser that it says it's connected, so you got to make sure it's connected. Sometimes you might have to unplug your Launchkey, so you will probably have to unplug your Launchkey and then re-plug it up if it's not connected. So let me note that. Last but not least, you have to go to the official ImageLine website and download the latest version, either Mac OS or Windows. I'm on my MacBook Air M1, so I would just download that. I've already done that. And now let's open up FL Studio. I'm in FL Studio now. You see it's Producer Edition version 20.9.2, and that's the version you need. And now let's go and check out the Launchkey, and you can see that it's working. Now, the first thing that I wanted to test out is the pads. And now, if I lightly touch the pads, they light up, and that's good. That's a good sign. And you see that I have only 4 channels open. So that's the cool thing about the FL Key Mini that I like the most, is the ability to work like this. Because, I mean, as someone that uses an MPC, like, you can see that it works in that sense. So what I'm gonna do is just set it up in FL Studio. I'm gonna set up about 32 steps, and then I'm gonna hit and press record. So I was a little off time. You know, the thing that you can do in hindsight of that is set up your quantize. I'll set up to like a half. Let's go half. Let's do that again. So I just press play. And as you can see, drum beat. And that's kind of the feeling that I like. So everything is working. I'm cool with that. And what I'm gonna do is just set up some regular drums, some boom bap shit, and then I'm gonna go into making a beat more thoroughly. So it's worth noting when you're setting up your drums, so I'm using Trap Steezy here. It is a drum kit off my website. I'm gonna grab some drums. Make sure that you grab the drums in this order. Like your kicks, let's go ahead and look at it real quick. Your kicks should be always right here. Your snare or clap on that track right there. This is for finger drumming. Then your hi-hat and your open hat, or whatever you want to choose for this last one right here. And this is just an efficient way to make beats using this unit, okay? So I'm not even gonna lie to you. Just having that function, and it feels more so like a groove box now, I enjoy that part. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is this. Seeing, and I noticed workflow wise that you can't create a channel below these 4 channels right here. You know, that's kind of a pet peeve of mine, but who cares? I'm gonna go in here and just grab Slice X. And now Slice X is pulled up on the screen. Now I'm gonna go and grab a sample. Now I have everything set up in Slice X. What I did was this right here. I 2-finger gestured and got or right click on the windows, or just 2-finger gestures on windows as well. And I went to large cuts. So now from here, I'm going to turn off metronome, hit record, and get this thing popping because I got the top one selected. Just got to hit record there. Let's do it one more time. Oh, yeah. Woo! That is how boom bap should feel like. So now that we have that established, what I want to do is simply navigate to my channel racks. And when I try to navigate to my channel racks, mind you, I have updated this. It doesn't do a good job. And when I hit shift, I'm going to hit shift and channel rack. Shift, channel rack, up, down, nothing. Let's see if I can control anything on the plugin, and I'll bring it to the forefront here. So I'm in a plugin mode, at least I think I am, and I'm gonna mess with some of the knobs and see if it controls anything. So it does control modulation, I see that. So that is X, this is Y. So I have an instance of flex on the screen now. Few things that I want to note as far as the functionality of this that I didn't do a very good job of covering so far. Definitely the scale mode. And the scale mode works as explained. So you wouldn't just hit scale and then try to hit shift or anything like that to get the scale. You know, you would hit this right here. You would hit scale and then you would select maybe a minor. And then you would have to hold scale again and then hit the root key. And you can see you can transpose it that way. I know there's a transpose button right here, and I don't know the exact nature of it. Other thing that I think is important, when you press shift and you go to mixer volume, you can control the volume here. You'll see that the volume is highlighted, or the mixer is highlighted here on the screen, and then you're able to adjust the volume per layer or whatnot. Also, you can go into channel rack mode. Pretty simple, it's easy. I didn't know that you had to do a shift function. So one thing I will say to Novation is you might want to check out your tutorials, because your tutorials kind of mislead me. So I'm pretty sure there's some people that might be wondering about that function. So what I just did was press shift and went to the next pad over here, shift and mixer pan. And this will control the panning, so you can see that too as well. But one thing that I would say needs some massive clarity would be the note repeat, because when I went into note repeat, let me go out, get out of scale mode, and I held note repeat to see if I can. Okay, so it's working now. So note repeat. See, if you take your finger off a note repeater, yeah. So you have to hold note repeat. That wasn't done in the demo from Novation, and I think that's because the way that Novation did this controller, they probably changed a couple of things functionality-wise on release, and that usually happens. And you know, they had their influencers try to convey that over, and they probably worked with an older version. As someone that's been a part of a lot of rollouts, with these companies, a lot of things change. So forgivable, but make some clarifications. If you have to do another video or whatnot, do that. That would be dope.
Do I give this right here the DJ Ave Mcree stamp of approval?
I would say about 85%. I think it's a very good start, and this is probably a great pickup for you guys.